Good evening, YouTube. Eric here in the garden. Still pretty cool evening across the area here in North Carolina. We're still expecting highs in the 90s this week, so I'm trying to get some work done during the evening and early morning as best we can. Mentioned yesterday we had been gone for a while for vacation, so the first order of business was actually not the rose garden. It was getting these sprinklers going. I've been running these through the night to kind of get this lawn back to the way it looked before we left. The garden itself is looking pretty good. Over the next day or so, I'm going to try to knock out some of these weeds around the bed itself, and then I'm going to round up the weeds that were farther away. I want to do another little part on this extended bed. 2 weeks ago, we again sprayed with Roundup all the weeds and grass in it. We had already done all our planting, so that's looking good. So now my final step is to edge the garden, and I'm kind of curious what you do in the garden itself. Notice that sharp edge. I take a spade shovel, a flat spade shovel there, and just dig into the ground at a sharp angle and then move that dirt back into the garden itself. And that creates that nice edge. Usually only have to do that once or twice a summer. I'll string trim along the edge there. But with that separation, that really keeps any grass or weeds from growing into your garden itself. So I like that a lot. So just started that. I haven't gone all the way around the garden, but the plan is to get the edging done this evening. Again, straight edging all around there. And then I'll cover this whole area in with pine straw mulch tomorrow. I'll do a follow-up video on that. You can see I've already put some pine straw mulch around the azaleas when I first planted them. So now we'll mulch this whole area in. Let me know, what do you think of that edging? Do you edge your beds? I haven't done it to the rose garden yet, but that is a plan. You can see that I don't have a lot of definition between the rose garden and the grass. The only border I have, the previous owners had railroad ties, so I left those in place. So I have some edging there, but everything else doesn't have a defined edge. Once in a while I'll weed whack it, but I think I'm going to try to do the same thing to the rose garden here not too long. In the past I've used landscape timbers. Those worked out pretty well. They can be expensive. They're just a couple dollars a piece, so it doesn't seem expensive, but when you have a huge garden like this, they can add up. So I prefer to save money and do edging naturally by just removing the dirt itself and not putting in a barrier. A barrier looks great, but again, that cost adds up. So in the comment section below, what do you do for edging? Do you hand edge it like that and just use a string trimmer? Do you use railroad ties or any timbers? I know I've seen some gardens with brick and rock. Or do you not worry about it? Curious what you do, comment below, and as always, please share this channel. We're trying to do some videos in the rose garden 3 to 5 times a week. I appreciate any sharing of this channel you can do so more folks see it. Have a great evening.